Hi, class. My name is Jason Powell. Today I'm going to be talking to you about an issue that bothers me deep down inside, and that is the discrimination and the bias that goes toward my favorite breed of dog, which is the pit bull. I'm going to tell you about some of the facts that I know and some of the myths that I've heard, and go off a personal experience of being a pit bull owner myself. I've only owned pit bulls for about 2 years now. I first got introduced to the breed when I met my fiance, who is and forever will be a gigantic pit bull advocate. She introduced me to this breed of dog when we first met, and me being a little biased myself, didn't know what to think. But as I took the time to learn and get to love these dogs, I learned how heartfelt and loving and warm and caring that they are. Right now, we own two pit bulls. I've got Gage, who's 3. He's a great dog. And then we've got Katana, who is 2. And she is the most hyperactive, loving ball of fur you'll ever meet. We are looking at getting a third pit bull right now. He's currently at a local rescue group called Black Dog Animal Rescue here in Cheyenne. He's a very caring and and heartfelt, fun-loving guy. But unfortunately, he was raised in a bad home. But he learned a lot of bad habits from his previous owners. But it's nothing that can't be unlearned. So we are currently working with them to help train him, help get him house ready, and be the friendly, loving guy that we know he can be. Unfortunately, there's a lot of owners out there who treat these dogs with a lot of disrespect. And just like if you treat a child with disrespect or you treat another person with disrespect, those people are going to come at you in a negative way. It is no different with pit bulls. You can treat a chihuahua with anger, and that dog is going to be just as mean as a pit bull. Granted, a lot smaller, but either way, it's still going to affect the dog negatively. There are a lot of owners out there that still believe that they can fight these dogs. And it's a very sad thing when you treat a dog with such disrespect. And granted, they were originally created to be fighting dogs. And according to ASPCA.org, the pit bull is actually a descendant of the English bull baiting dog, which is a dog that was bred specifically for taking down bulls and bears and other large animals for sport. Well, in the 1800s, this was actually banned, and instead of taking down large game, these people forced these dogs to fight each other. Now, originally, these dogs were big, they were slow, so people back in the 1800s started breeding them with terriers to make them faster, more agile, and basically a better fighting dog. So yes, pit bulls were originally raised to fight each other, but that was back in the 1800s. Today's pit bulls are a lot more kind-hearted, they're a lot less vicious. They're great dogs. And according to petfinder.com, um, I'm sorry, according to VCRpitbull.net, which is Villalobos Rescue Center, which is a pit bull based rescue center out of New Orleans. They actually have a TV show, Pit Bulls and Parolees. If you ever get a chance, watch it. It's great. But they have great physical and mental characteristics. They're active and they're very caring toward their owners. But you have to be the right type of owner, and you have to know how to deal with a breed such as this, because they can be very stubborn, and I'll tell you that off of personal experience. Um, there are a lot of myths that surround these dogs, such as my favorite one, and this is petfinder.com, that pit bulls have locking jaws, when in fact, if you were to take the skull of a pit bull versus the skull of any other dog and look at them with the naked eye, you can tell that there is very little difference between the skulls. There is no such thing as a locking jaw. They have no special mechanism. It's a complete myth, and a very sad one at that. People get very biased toward that. But overall, these dogs are some of the most amazing dogs ever, and I have never had a pit bull attack. I have never had my dogs attack anybody. They do they get very protective over their house, of course, but what dog wouldn't? And that is my speech on pit bulls and what bothers me. And thank you guys for listening. I do have one last thing to show you. Katana! This, people, is a very vicious pit bull, let me tell you. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. See how vicious she is. Thank you for listening to my speech.